It sounds super corny, but if you're a fan of the first one, you're gonna love the second one only because I think it's much bigger. It's a little more gritty and a little more hard hitting, and it's a little more fun. I think it's a lot more fun. There are additions to casts, and then there are greatest additions to casts that make the cast what it is. I mean, I think that I don't know what we did without Mike. Michael Kelly is so incredibly talented. Numi Rapace so incredibly talented. I mean, these are the two people that are at the top of your list as people you should try to get someone like them. You don't think you're ever lucky enough to get the actual person. Jack's relationship with Michael November is he's a station chief who's trying to do it by the book. And he reminds me a lot of how Jack was in the first season. And Jack sort of pushes the envelope and pushes the limits and brings Mike into his web of sort of complications and theories and trouble. Well, it's interesting. I think one of my favorite parts about the season was getting to play a character who came through a huge learning curve in the first season. So I think I was initially, Jack's character is a fish out of water guy who just really wants to hand off all the documents and not deal with any of the actual action. And then, of course, he is brought into the action, which makes him open his eyes to the sort of moral ambiguity in the world. And so I think coming into season 2, he's aware of that moral ambiguity and willing to compromise his own morality in season 2, which I think is really fun to play.